But you are explaining what government is doing it. I am asking, why don't you demand for that three languages?
மூன்றாவது வழியை நீங்க டிமாண்ட் பண்ணணும்னா அந்த எந்த மொழிங்கிறத நான் தானே சூஸ் பண்ணணும். அதை அரசு முடிவெடுக்க முடியாது இல்லையா? ஆனால் அரசு அந்த இந்தியை ஒற்றை மொழியாக கொண்டு வரதான் முயற்சி பண்ணுது. எனக்கு பிரெஞ்சு கத்துக்கணும் விருப்பம் இருக்கலாம், இன்னொரு குழந்தைக்கு ஜெர்மன் கத்துக்கணும் விருப்பம் இருக்கலாம், இன்னொரு குழந்தைக்கு ஜப்பானீஸ் மொழி கத்துக்கணும் விருப்பம் இருக்கலாம். அதையெல்லாம் இந்த அரசால் செயல்படுத்த முடியாது இல்லையா? ஏன் இந்தியை மட்டும் திணிக்கிறீர்கள்ங்கிறதான் கேள்வி. இந்தியை கற்றுக்கொள்வதால் என்ன கூடுதல் பயன், இதை தாண்டி என்ன கூடுதல் பயன் விளைய போகிறது, எதற்காக அந்த அழுத்தத்தை குழந்தை மீது திணிக்கிறீர்கள் கேள்வி இருக்கு இல்லையா? தமிழில் தாய்மொழியில் எந்த மொழியாக இருந்தாலும் அவரவர்கள் தாய்மொழியில் ஒரு கல்வி கற்கிறார்கள், இணைப்பு மொழியாக ஆங்கிலத்தை வைத்தும் கற்றுக்கொள்கிறார்கள். மூன்றாவதாக இந்தியை கற்றுக்கொள்வதால் கூடுதலாக இந்த குழந்தை அடைய போகிற பயன் என்ன?
One point that I like to tell. Actually, this question is why can we not demand three language or anything? So what we tell from our All India Civic Education committees, the medium of instruction should be mother tongue, and English should be taught as a language from class 1. Very well, it should be taught, and there should be an option for the children to learn any other spoken Indian language. That can be. But what is happening is the three language formula, what is being brought by the government, was imposed. What the point we raised was, their interest is in the name of three language formula, what they wanted to do was impose Hindi and eliminate English. That was their agenda. It is very well vindicated if we go to North India. What has happened in North India? All over the country, it is three language formula. But in North India, practically it has become single language formula. Actually, according to the language policy, the North Indian people should have learned any one of the South Indian languages as compulsory. But till today, where it is implemented? Not implemented. What has happened? Even English is not being taught to them. There is a discrimination. Those who are rich, who can afford, they get English education, and vast majority of the people, they are going to Hindi medium schools. They are deprived today. This is the point. It indicates our point, what we are telling. So the question here is, government is not interested in imparting languages. Their interest is to deprive the children of real knowledge. How you can deprive real knowledge? Deprive them of English learning. That's one thing. Then create a discrimination among the Hindi speaking, non-Hindi speaking, rich and the poor. And as you was telling, they are trying to rake up this majoritarian linguistic fanaticism to divide the people. So that is why we are very clearly telling this should be a language policy, mother tongue and English.
May I say one point? Even regarding the teaching of mother tongue, children can learn, but if children want to learn, the environment and the conditions should be created. Now, if we look at our education system itself, the very learning and teaching in the mother tongue itself, there is a lot that is wrong with it. There is a lot that governments do not encourage. The question that over these many years we have talked that why English? The window to the world is English, but have not only because of Hindi, even other languages we have to have a look and see whether those languages have been developed. Everybody talks about love for mother tongue. I'm not talking about the people. I'm talking about governments who talk about the love for mother tongue. Have they taken the steps to side by side with what is there in English to develop over these last 70 years, develop their mother tongues to such a level where the latest knowledge, science, etc. is available in that language, and therefore this point doesn't come up at all. This has not been done at all, whether it's Hindi or not. And another point, Mr. Nallulingam indicated that if you go to the north, it is Hindi, but Hindi, they say, is the most spoken language in India. That is what the government tries to focus. But that is not true, because the Hindi they talk about is a very standardized, maybe even a constructed type of Hindi in which many people whose dialects, we try to belittle the language by calling them dialects, but they were languages. And linguistic experts have said there are more than 1,750 languages in India. Mr. Nallulingam also pointed that out. Many of these are dying. There is, for long, 22 languages are there in the list of official languages. There's another 34 languages which have been waiting to be admitted into this. What is the difficulty? What is the difficulty in giving the right to people to learn things in their own language? So my point is, yes, people can learn 3 languages, 4 languages, 5 languages, but the basic language, the mother tongue itself, creating the condition for every child to learn in his mother tongue itself, does the education system in our country allow that? And today, side by side with this language policy, this government, why this, at this juncture, this is very dangerous is, this government, without consultation, it has done many, many things. It's not only in the field of education. You talk about demonetization, you talk about the GST, you talk about the new education policy. What is happening in new education policy? What we talk about, children should go to a classroom to learn in front of a teacher, interacting with a teacher, that they are wiping out by transferring the whole of education onto a virtual platform. How many people can go to the virtual platform? A poor child's family. During the COVID period, we understood that. A poor child's family, go online, everything is available online. Can a poor person, first of all, afford a smartphone? Can they afford a laptop? You have 2-3 children in 2-3 different classes. What do you do? So finally going to school has been reduced to in many states, especially in Tamil Nadu we have also seen. It's going to the school for what sake? For a noon meal. So the concept of education, the concept of wanting to learn, that urge to learn is there. To urge to learn should be in a language. Language is a vehicle of thought. You need a language. And I'll tell another thing. Since the 1960s till now, 1960s if you talked about Hindi, the people of Tamil Nadu would have automatically as a knee-jerk reaction reacted to this thing. But when you don't impose a language, when language comes to the people through various other cultural forms, there is an acceptance among the people here. What is wrong in learning Hindi? So when you impose language, then you start breaking unity among the people. So this government is a government which does not care for democracy. The only norm of democracy they have is to hold elections, come to power. After that, democracy is thrown out of the window. You can see what policies they are doing nowadays. So this government, when this language policy comes to this particular government, it is very, very dangerous, and we all have to stand together to oppose this. That's what I want to say.